Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ace, and today we are going to be looking at an Op03 deck profile for the Zephyr leader that I've been playing in Op03. I think this is a very underrated deck, and I've been enjoying playing it a lot. If you've been watching my weekly shorts, you'll see that I've been getting some pretty good results with these ones. One win and lots of 3-1s or 2-1s, depending on how many rounds there are. So how about we get into it? So this is the list I'm using at the moment, and I'll just show you the leader for those that don't know. This is what the leader does. So when attacking, you can -4 on your leader, and -4 Don. You can KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. Then this leader gains 1000 power during this turn. Now, it's not super it's a very late game ability. We don't usually use it in the early game unless we need to, but we'll get into that a bit later. So this is the list I've got here. We'll just go through the cards. I'll just go in the order that it's got here. We've got Poli here, a 2 of Poli. It's a bit of an out there card and not many people expect it. But what it does is 5 cost, 6k power. On play, you can pay 2 Don, and you add up to 1 card from your Don deck, set it as active, and then if you have 8 or more Don, you KO one of your opponent's characters with a 4 cost or less, which is pretty good. So it's a ramp card, so pretty much the only time I'd play this card is if you got 7 Don. If you got 7 Don, then you get the extra to make the 8, and then you get to kill something. So this is primarily for ramping, but also it kills a 4 cost. If you got the Kuzan out, then it kills a 9 cost, so it's pretty strong. We got Jack here, which is also a ramp card, so 3 Don, 4k power. On play, you trash 1 card from your hand and add 1 card from your Don deck and set it as active. Again, this is for ramping, so the idea of both of these cards is we always want to get to the 10 Don Kuzan, right? So if we have to go first, ideally we'd want to go second, but if we have to go first, then we'll use one of these just to get to that on curve Don to get the 10. Next we've got the rare Kuzan, super rare Kuzan, 4 Don, 5k power, on play draw 1. Which is a good card, just a bit of presence. And when it attacks, you give one of your opponent's cards -4 to their cost during this turn. So that's pretty good. Then we've got 3 copies of Sakazuki. This is just some removal. 6 Don, 7k power, on play, trash 1 card from your hand to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a 5 cost or less. So that's pretty good. We've got Tsuru. She's there for a 2k counter. But her ability can be used if you need to get rid of some cards that have just, I guess, higher costs. For example, if you want to kill like a 7 cost with the Sakazuki, you can always just play a Tsuru and then kill it with the Sakazuki, and so on. So, but mainly a 2k counter. Well, there's a fair few 2k counters in this deck. We've got the Borsalino, best black blocker in my opinion at the moment. So it can't be on your opponent's turn. 4 Don and 5k power. On your opponent's turn, it gains 1000 power, so it makes it 6k, and it cannot be KO'd by effects, which is super strong, and it's a blocker. The only thing you need to watch out with this one is the triggers, because this can't be KO'd by effects is only in your turn, in your opponent's turn. So if you attack and then the trigger happens, they can still kill your Borsalino. So got to keep in mind about that. Garp, again, 2k counter. We've got three of this. It's got ability Don 2 when attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's costs with cost of 0. This can get in sometimes. Like it's not like the best removal card, and it can also be removed quite easily. So it's very situational, but mainly it's a 2k counter. And then we've got the hero of the deck, Kuzan, 10 cost Kuzan. With this deck, we just want to get the Kuzan out as soon as we can. So, because on the turn you play the Kuzan, so you play Kuzan, you kill a 5 cost because Kuzan -5 to everything, 5 costs everything, and then kills a 0 cost. So you just kill something that costs 5 for free, and then on the same turn you can use the Zephyr ability, -4 Don, and then you kill a 3 cost, which now everything is 5 less, so you're killing at 8 costs. So that's really strong, and that's kind of the point that we want to get to, because after you've got the 10 cost Kuzan out, then you can use leader ability and kill an 8 cost essentially for free. Like, you're getting negative Don, but at that point, if you got a Kuzan out and it stays on the field, and you're just destroying everything that they pull out, then you're going to be ahead. So that's pretty good. Now we've got the Isho. This is good against all those decks that draw lots of cards, obviously. So it's on play ability, so 8 Don to play, 9k power on play. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand, trash 2 of your opponent's hand, which is good. It's also got the ability, if you Don 1, all your opponent's characters get -3 to their cost. So similar to the Kuzan, so it is just a good card. But obviously Kuzans are better. But yeah, if you need that to negative Don to get some extra KOs either with the Sakazuki or the leader ability, then yeah, that's why the issue is there. But the on-play ability is also pretty good. We got Virgo. He's a 2k counter. I rarely ever play him. I only play him if I've got nothing else to play. If I haven't hit any of the Kuzans or the Sakazukis or the Borsalinos, if I haven't hit anything to play, then I'll put him out. But he's a 2 cost. Khalifa is not a 2 cost, it's a 2k counter. Khalifa is also a 2k counter. This is, out of all the 2k counters, this is probably the one that I play the most, because just to use her to get the cards that you need. So 4 cost, 4k power, on play, draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. Then give one of your opponents -2 cost to the end of this turn. So you use this just to, if you're missing Kuzans, or if you need to get any other cards that you kind of just need to draw, and if you're just drawing your 2k counters, then this is good to just filter that out and then search for something a bit better. We've got the brand news. So this guy is, so yeah, like in this deck, the ideal thing is to go second. So you start with 2 Don. This is the only real good play to do on the 2 Don. So cost 2 Don, 3k power, on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Navy type card other than brand new and add it to your hand, then trash the remaining cards. So it's not too bad. The only problem with this one, like, or most of the cards are like, I mean, we've got CP9 here, but most of the other ones are navies apart from the purple ones, except for the 10 cost Kuzan. So it's a bit unfortunate that we can't get the 10 cost Kuzan, but as far as I know, because it says former navy, I don't think there's anything that can search for this one yet, but we'll see if that ever happens. But it's good for getting any of the other cards, getting some 2k counters, or getting a shockwave. And then we've got our last 2k counter, which is Tashigi, which is, yeah, it's a 2k counter. Some situations where this can be good to play is, let's say you got the 10 cost Kuzan out, and let's say you're versing like a yellow deck or even a red deck that's playing like the Whitebeard or the 10 cost Big Mums, or just anything that you can't get hit with the 8. It's good to have this one out, because like if you've cleared their board, then they're not going to waste time on attacking the Tashigi. I mean, they might, but it's a bit of a waste of turn to use their leader attack to do that. So if you've got the Tashigi out, you can just negative something by resting it, -2, and then you can pretty much kill anything with your leader effect. So yeah, that's an option there. But yeah, 2k counter, good, lots of 2k counters. Shockwave, this is a very strong counter event. So cost 2, counter up to one of your leader or character gains 4,000 power during this turn, then KO up to one of your opponent's active characters with a 3 cost or less. Now, this is super strong versing like the lore decks or any of the red decks that play lots of searches that just they get in with later. But yeah, anything that plays low blockers, this is always a good card to use. So that's pretty much the deck. Like I said, the playstyle, you kind of want to go second, but if you go first, then you can use the jacks and the polies just to get that curve up to get the Kuzan out. The other thing is, if you do happen to get a jack and a poly and a Kuzan, I know it's a bit much to ask for, like it's a bit much, but if you happen to get all three of these, then if you're on the second turn, you can, on your 4-turn turn, you can play the jack, ramp 1, which puts you up to 5, and then your next turn you'll have 7, which you can play the poly, ramp the with the poly, and kill something, and then on your 4th turn you'll be able to 10 cost, which is like the dream, but it can happen, so keep an eye out for that. Apart from that, this deck you probably want to play very defensively at the start until you get the Kuzans out, and then you can get a bit aggressive. I like to play this deck very aggressively, so after I've got the Kuzan, almost every turn I'm killing something with leader ability. Doesn't matter if I get down to like 0 Don. If I'm clearing their board, that's what I want to do. So yeah, that's deck profile. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll put a link of this deck list in the description if you want to check it out or try it on the sim. I'm also going to be making a video with some gameplay footage with this deck, just so you can see how it goes, and I'll do a few rounds just so you can see how it goes against a few different decks. If you have any comments or thoughts on the deck, if you think I need to change anything, feel free to add a comment, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Alright, see you later.